On this episode of Simply Southern New England, we crisscross through the region to some unique food joints and learn about some great causes in our community. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. Simply Southern New England is brought to you by HarborOne Bank, with you in banking and life. Hi, I'm Becky Gibble, and welcome to Simply Southern New England. Spring has sprung, finally. And as we New Englanders wake up from our hibernation, we're talking about food and community. This show is gonna be delicious. Hey folks, welcome back. I'm standing here in Fall River outside of Hartley's Original Pork Pies, a family-run business that has been here since 1900. They still use the original recipe with just a couple of modern additions. A husband and wife team run it, and they're inside hard at work right now. Let's head in and check it out.
I am Amy Johnson. We are at Hartley's Original Pork Pies in Fall River. Hartley's is really cool. It's authentic. It's old-fashioned, it's comfort food, it's really delicious. We are known for our pork pies. We've been making them for 121 years. It's just ground pork, salt, pepper, and a little bit of gravy inside. Simple and delicious. The chicken pies, our little ones have peas and carrots, chicken and gravy. The French meat pie has ground pork, ground hamburger, mashed potatoes. Buffalo chicken pie has hot sauce, a little bit of blue cheese. It's a little spicy, but it's delicious. It's one of my favorites. We make a homemade chili pie. We also make a salmon pie, salmon and potatoes. I think I'm forgetting one. Pork. Oh, chorizo. It's ground chorizo, chopped up onions and peppers. We bake as we sell throughout the day. We usually do about 300 large pies a day, 2 to 3 times a week. And then the small pies, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we start off with a minimum of 800 small pies. My father-in-law purchased the business in the mid to late 70s and has owned and operated since then. Kevin's been working here since he was 8 years old. So he's been here a really, really long time. It's just a family thing. We just, most husbands and wives can't work together. It works. I run the front of the house, Kevin runs the back of the house, and Jasmine here with us as well. My mom works here with us. It's just family. We're just family doing our family thing. If you like what you do and you have heart, you don't mind doing it at all. You'll put everything plus more into it. I love the customers that come in. I treat them with respect, and that's what people really need nowadays. It's really cool to see that the younger generations, young generations, they love the pies. And it's like, wow, it's just super cool. It makes you feel really good. You're doing something right.
Oh, these smell so great. I can't wait to dig in. While we're on a meat pie kick, let's head over to Jaw Patty, a food truck that specializes in Jamaican cuisine. Conroy will be parked on Mineral Spring Avenue in Pawtucket for the entire month. Come on, let's check out what he's cooking up.
You know, as children, everyone watched G.I. Joe and stuff like that. For me, the first time I watched Love Boat, I was just like mesmerized. And the bartender, that smile, the hospitality piece what really pulled me in. J.A. Patty was started with myself and my partner, Miss Allison Rosario. I started out cooking at home, then I worked in the resorts back home where I was formally trained. My background in the restaurant is very intensive, but I'm always learning and growing. As the owner, it's a different chapter of my life, and I'm loving every bit of it. Oh my God, the go-to is the jerk chicken. The jerk chicken bowl over coconut rice. Worldwide known, about Jamaican known for the jerk chicken. And the others, oxtail as well. We have our standard patties, beef, chicken, and veg, made in our special dough and with our different fillings and our sauces. Japati, we really focus on customer hospitality. So we decided to stay in one spot for last year, and it seemed to be working. A lot of people are a lot more comfortable and coming to the truck, and we still take the food to the cars. The fact that he has slowed things down in my mind, it's like a reset button. Folks are now engaging with it longer. They want to get to know about you. Folks are also curious about your product, being a different cultural background. It's such a huge shift, and people just are so supportive. You know, the fact that when you hand something to someone that you make and they walk away happy and come back, it's just very rewarding. And like I said, we're in the people business, you know, so we love it. Rhode Island is very welcoming. I mean, it's a place that's very dear to my heart. People are so honest, so real. If you want to know what's wrong with your food or what you need to improve, I always say you don't need to hire a consultant. They'll tell you, you know? And so I love that about Rhode Island food scene, and also how sincere the folks are. So when you come here, expect a smile, expect a fresh product, and expect good service. I just want to thank the people of Rhode Island for being so supportive. Thanks to the state of Pawtucket, the health department. Every person has been so gracious, so kind, and I couldn't ask for a better place to be.
Welcome back. Next up, we connect with a tight-knit community who are honoring the legacy of a very special young woman through the dedication of a new athletic field house at Chariho High School.
Maddie was a leader from day one, even way before she had her captain's band. She was a shy kid, but she was the brightest person in the room.
Always soccer. That was her first true love. We joked that in college she was going to major in soccer and minor in lacrosse.
Her personality, it's just she was born to be a leader. She always put everyone before herself in every situation. She lit up every single room when she walked in it, and she just had so much love for everyone in her life.
I think the biggest thing for me is for people to know how she lived her life and how passionate she was about everything that she did and how much she cared about everyone around her.
She died on that field, and ask anyone that was there that night and anyone that comes back that her soul is absolutely on that 30-yard line.
I was just completely overwhelmed by how quickly the community got together to back up the team, to back up the Potts family, and it's just grown.
Since day one, the community has surrounded themselves around the foundation, the cause, everything. From the day of the vigil, seeing bus loads of teams coming here, I think was huge for everyone, and that support has continued.
Honestly, it was the night of the vigil they had for Maddie, 2 days after she passed, and I stood in the press box and I looked out, and there were thousands of tortured faces. Is the only way I can describe it. This isn't just about us. This isn't just about Maddie. This isn't just about the team that has devastated my younger daughter, everybody else. It's about Chariho and our community and the people that Maddie affected in such a short 17 years. So I realized honestly that night it was my job to not only get myself and my family through this, but to get as many people as I could possibly hold and grab onto and, bring up with us. Because these people needed to know that Maddie was going to be remembered because of how she lived her life, not because of the fact that she died.
It's just gotten bigger over time, and I think that has a lot to do with Maddie mentality and the Potts family.
Seeing a community of people that are still so passionate about the cause and helping the foundation and doing everything that they can all the time, I think is huge because it's never stopped.
The community kind of gave us enough support that it was no question that we were going to be able to give it all back. So the Maddie Potts Fieldhouse is how we're doing that.
Fieldhouse is going to do a lot for her memory as well as the Chariho community.
It's not just another building. I've been to a lot of groundbreakings. This is different because it's a celebration, not of just a building. It's an actual dedication to Maddie and everything she was about. It's in the stories, it's in the giving something back to the school that she felt so strongly about. And it's funny, I say all these things, but I never met her. but I feel like I have.
So many memories are on this field, I think, for everyone, and I think having something positive here with her name on it very permanently, I just think is one of the best ways we can honor her.
She would be proud of that. She would be angry with me that I'm building a building and putting her name on it.
My favorite part is the atrium. It's going to be this beautiful atrium full of pictures of Maddie, so that way generations to come will know who is Maddie Potts, what does Maddie mentality stand for, and why is this building here? And I think that's beautiful.
The support is, I can't even explain it.
I get excited about looking at the new drawings, I get excited about the groundbreaking, and all the people in the community that want to help that have reached out to us that have said, how can we help you? Whatever the cost is, we're doing it. We're doing it for cost. I need to be part of this project.
There are never going to be words that I can find or use to thank every single person in this community that has sent us messages, donated, purchased Maddie merchandise, you know, have a sticker on their car, helps share her message. That's what this community has done for us. I mean, they helped us survive. So to be able to give that back in Maddie's name is enormous. I can't even describe it.
As we crisscross southern New England, learning about all of the wonderful things that make this area so special, I'm struck by the fact that the commonality among all of them is people. And HarborOne has always been a huge supporter of the community. Among other things, they support the Talent Development Program at the University of Rhode Island, which provides opportunities for historically marginalized groups. Let's head in and learn a little bit more.
Well, HarborOne Foundation Rhode Island has a mission specifically to try to lift up and give wherever we can within this state. And they're looking at anything that could shift the balance in terms of folks who are suffering from economic depression. The Talent Development Program here at URI is one of those places, because these funds will go directly to assist students who are having difficulty with obtaining books, hardware, software that's necessary, especially in an environment that we're in today, or we found ourselves in the last year.
So the Talent Development Program, we give students and their families and loved ones a sense of hope that obtaining a college degree is possible, providing access at a critical time to the institution, supporting their transition, not only with peer support, with academic support, and connecting with a TD advisor. It's really about supporting an individual scholar and really understanding them holistically.
The program is definitely important just because the money situation is not there for everybody. And some kids are really smart, they just don't have the money to go towards college or stuff like that. It definitely has helped me become a better person and take things on with a positive attitude. And it's just motivating for me to keep trying and just keep going at it no matter what the situation is.
And that's what the Talent Development Program is really about. It's an extraordinary program that is in place that gives first generation, first time folks and their families an opportunity to come to university where they may not have had that before. And it's changed their lives in the point of view where it not only has an impact on individuals, but it has an impact on their entire family and the larger community at whole.
One of the things that I love about this partnership is HarborOne Bank has an expertise in financial education. And we've been able to share that with the students. Now, in the age of COVID, we had to do it virtually, but over 300 of the talent development students had the chance to just get a little bit about basic financial education.
The financial education webinars help scholars to understand what it means to save money, what it means to accrue interest, what it means to spend with intention and with purpose and not overspending and spending outside of the amount of money that students might have or have accessible to them. And they really made a connection with understanding student loans and debt and what that means for their first year in college.
Hi everyone, my name is Victoria Rowley and I'm a first-year TD scholar at the Talent Development Program at the University of Rhode Island. This summer I participated in the financial education webinars that was hosted by HarborOne. I learned how to start budgeting now is important, how important it is to think about my financial goals, and how important it is to work on those goals for my future. Thank you, HarborOne.
And then after the financial education webinars, we followed up with scholars to really hear their voice and was this beneficial, what did they learn? And they actually learned how to make good decisions on saving and good decisions on spending.
At HarborOne, we are proud to work with the community. We're so proud to be a part of the talent development program at URI. We've worked hand in hand with URI in the last several years in our $50,000 donation, and we think it's a tremendous program. As a community bank, we represent communities all throughout the state of Rhode Island. So taking the educational process and running these kids through college and getting a completed education, we're pretty proud of our community activity.
HarborOne Bank is very proud to be a sponsor, a supporter, but most importantly, a friend to the University of Rhode Island Talent Development Program.
Thanks, HarborOne. Stay with us, because when we get back, we're heading over to Avenue N to check in with Chef Nick Rabar, who will show us how to make hot honey fried chicken. This episode's all about meat. Welcome back, folks. Here we are at Avenue N's flagship location in Rumford, and we're just steps away from the most delicious chicken you've ever tasted. Chef Nick is going to share with us his exclusive recipe. Come on, let him show us how it's done. Keep on Cooking with Nick Rabar is brought to you by Wines and More in Cranston, Rhode Island.
What's up, Southern New England? It's your old pal, Nick Rabar. We're here in Rumford, Rhode Island at my flagship Avenue N location to make hot honey fried chicken. Fried chicken is one of the simplest but most delicious things you can ever make at home. The way I like to do it is start with a brine. So I've got 3 different types of chicken here. I've got the breast, the thigh, and the wing. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of buttermilk. That's gonna add a touch of acidity and tenderize the chicken. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of granulated sugar, some kosher salt, and of course a little bit of hot sauce. Now we're gonna mix this chicken up, make sure that all that hot sauce and buttermilk, sugar and salt is nice and equally dispersed throughout all of those beautiful cuts of poultry. Now we're gonna let that sit for about 30 minutes, and while that's happening, we're gonna jump over here and mix up some flour. To start, I'm gonna put in a little bit of onion powder, some smoked paprika, and I love to use the smoked paprika. It adds a great depth of flavor. Then I'm gonna put in some garlic granules, some cracked black pepper, some dried oregano, and around Rumford, this is the holy grail, Rumford baking powder. Rumford baking powder was invented right here in this building in the 1800s. It's an incredible American product. Hundreds of years of food tradition, we're keeping it alive right here today. Breading is really the key to making great fried chicken. See how much I have here? I have quite a bit of flour. You really want to leave plenty of room. Now, we're going to go into this mix over here. This is a little bit of cracked egg and whole milk. And from that point, we're going to go back into the flour. And by going back into the flour, we're going to have a beautiful exterior that's going to crisp up stunningly when it goes swimming in that oil. And now that we're all breaded, let's get to work. I've got it cooking at about 325 degrees right now, and I'm gonna go in with just enough so that they comfortably swim without overloading the pot. Plus, if you put too much in, you're gonna cool down that oil. Look at that potion just stewing. We're gonna let it go for 7 to 8 minutes till it's cooked all the way through. Important not to mess with it, guys, all right? But don't be afraid to just check a little piece, make sure that it's not getting too dark on you. But for the most part, let it just do its thing. Some people like the sound of the birds, maybe a little river running in the background, not me. The sound of hot simmering oil is the only thing that soothes this piece. The tongs, you can get a good grip on it. Take them out. Just be careful not to break the crust. If it's nice and crispy, it should hold, should be firm. we're gonna go onto this perforated tray here. Fried chicken is simple. It's chicken, flour, and egg, but there's a whole bunch of little tips that separate it from good fried chicken to great fried chicken. And that, my friends, is fried chicken. Rule of thumb, whenever anything comes out of the fryer, a little pinch of salt is gonna help it crisp up that much more. From here, you can do anything you want, but I'm simply gonna drizzle a little bit of spicy honey on top. And I'm just mesmerized right now by that. And that is hot honey fried chicken. That's a wrap here from Rumford. Thanks for watching, everybody, and until we meet again, keep on cooking.
Hello, my name is Krasi Lafour, and I'm the Fine Wine Manager here at Wines & More in Cranston, Rhode Island. Today I have a wine recommendation for you that will be a great match to Chef Nick's honey fried chicken. Let's look at his dish first. We have a little bit of sweetness from the honey, we have increased amount of fat from the frying, and we have a medium body meat, the chicken. We could choose a dry wine or a semi-sweet wine that will balance the honey, and we need a wine with a good amount of acidity to balance the increased amount of fat from the frying. My recommendation is this elegant Riesling from the classic region of Mosel, Germany, St. Urbenshof Nick Weiss Bockstein Cabinet. On the nose there's incredible minerality, stone fruits, and peaches. On the palate, this wine is semi-sweet with more flavors of riper peaches, honeysuckle, and lemon. It is delicious. Cheers, and we hope to see you soon here at Wines & More in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Well, that wraps it up for us. Follow us online and we'll see you next time. Right, Henry? Simply Southern New England is brought to you by HarborOne Bank. With you in banking and life.